Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The spatial property of being crowded together. Great and constant diligence and attention. Complete attention. Intense mental effort. Bringing together military forces. Increase in density. Strengthening the concentration, as of a solute in a mixture, by removing diluting material. The strength of a solution. Number of molecules of a substance in a given volume. The spatial property of being crowded together. The consistency of a compact solid. The spatial property of being crowded together. The amount per unit size. The quality of being mentally slow and limited. The spatial property of being crowded together. The amount per unit size. The spatial property of being crowded together. Extreme stinginess. Lack of movement or room for movement. A state occasioned by scarcity of money and a shortage of credit. A tight feeling in some part of the body. She felt an alarming tightness in her chest. Great and constant diligence and attention. Great and constant diligence and attention. Chemistry. A process in which one substance permeates another. A fluid permeates or is dissolved by a liquid or solid. The social process of absorbing one cultural group into harmony with another. The process of absorbing nutrients into the body after digestion. The mental state of being preoccupied by something. Complete attention. Intense mental effort. Physics. The process in which incident radiated energy is retained without reflection or transmission on passing through a medium. The absorption of photons by atoms or molecules. The quality of being intent and concentrated. The mental state of being preoccupied by something. Complete attention. Intense mental effort. The act of wetting something by submerging it. Complete attention. Intense mental effort. Astronomy. The disappearance of a celestial body prior to an eclipse. Sinking until covered completely with water. A form of baptism in which part or all of a person's body is submerged. The property possessed by an array of things that have space between them. The time between occurrences of a repeating event. Some women do not control the spacing of their children. The property possessed by an array of things that have space between them. Persevering determination to perform a task. Persevering determination to perform a task. His diligence won him quick promotions. A diligent effort. Conscientiousness in paying proper attention to a task. Giving the degree of care required in a given situation. The organized action of making of goods and services for sale. American industry is making increased use of computers to control production. Persevering determination to perform a task. Frugality and industry are still regarded as virtues. The people or companies engaged in a particular kind of commercial enterprise. Each industry has its own trade publications. The process whereby a person concentrates on some features of the environment to the relative exclusion of others. The work of providing treatment for or attending to someone or something. The old car needs constant attention. A courteous act indicating affection. She tried to win his heart with her many attentions. A general interest that leads people to want to know more. She was the center of attention. A motionless erect stance with arms at the sides and feet together, assumed by military personnel during drill or review. The troops stood at attention. The faculty or power of mental concentration. Keeping track of all the details requires your complete attention. The act of constructing something, as a piece of machinery. The social act of assembling. They demanded the right of assembly. A public facility to meet for open discussion. A group of machine parts that fit together to form a self-contained unit. A group of persons who are gathered together for a common purpose. A unit consisting of components that have been fitted together. A system of components assembled together for a particular purpose. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. A group of persons together in one place. The social act of assembling. The act of gathering something. A group of persons together in one place. The social act of assembling. Sewing consisting of small folds or puckers made by pulling tight a thread in a line of stitching. The amount by which something increases. They proposed an increase of 15% in the fare. The act of increasing something. He gave me an increase in salary. A quantity that is added. A process of becoming larger or longer or more numerous or more important. The increase in unemployment. A change resulting in an increase. The increase is scheduled for next month. Become bigger or greater in amount. The amount of work increased. Make bigger or more. The boss finally increased her salary. Becoming stronger. The act of increasing the strength of something. A construct whereby objects or individuals can be distinguished. Self-confidence is not an endearing property. Any movable articles or objects used on the set of a play or movie. Something owned. Any tangible or intangible possession that is owned by someone. That had as my property. Any area set aside for a particular purpose. The president was concerned about the property across from the White House. A basic or essential attribute shared by all members of a class. Without hypocrisy. The singleness of his motives could not be questioned. The quality of concentrating on one central objective. His singleness of purpose. The quality of being intent and concentrated. The intentness of his gaze. The special line of work you have adopted as your career. The concentration of your efforts on a particular field of study or occupation. The act of setting and holding a course. A new council was installed under the direction of the king. The concentration of attention or energy on something. He had no direction in his life. The act of managing something. Is the direction of the economy a function of government? A line leading to a place or point. He looked the other direction. A formal statement of a command or injunction to do something. Something that provides direction or advice as to a decision or course of action. A message describing how something is to be done. He gave directions faster than she could follow them. A general course along which something has a tendency to develop. I couldn't follow the direction of his thoughts. The spatial relation between something and the course along which it points or moves. He checked the direction and velocity of the wind. The concentration of attention or energy on something. Become focused or come into focus. The light focused. The concentration of attention or energy on something. The focus of activity shifted to molecular biology. Direct one's attention on something. Please focus on your studies and not on your hobbies. Bring into focus or alignment, to converge or cause to converge, of ideas or emotions. Special emphasis attached to something. A central point or locus of an infection in an organism. The focus of infection. A point of convergence of light, or other radiation, or a point from which it diverges. Put an image into focus. Please focus the image, we cannot enjoy the movie. A fixed reference point on the concave side of a conic section. Cause to converge on or toward a central point. Maximum clarity or distinctness of an idea. The controversy brought clearly into focus an important difference of opinion. Maximum clarity or distinctness of an image rendered by an optical system. In focus. The concentration of attention or energy on something. A central point or locus of an infection in an organism. A point of convergence of light, or other radiation, or a point from which it diverges. The concentration of attention or energy on something. The act of bringing into focus. The concentration of attention or energy on something. American football. Putting the ball in play by passing it, between the legs, to a back.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.